Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another video on Oracle Apex. In this video, I will try to share something about flows for Apex. Normally, in many organization, workflows, approvals, these are really important for the processes to execute. And each process will have different approval levels or approval hierarchies and way of approvals, and even it will be different from organization to organization. And one organization might be different levels of approvals, different authority of approvals. So now the question is, can we have approval workflows in Oracle Apex? So in this video, I will try to show you one tool called Flows for Apex, as well as I will give you some sort of comparison with Oracle EBS workflow builder as well as AME setups. Not in detail, but just to give you a high level picture that someone who don't know if something is available, he or she might know it and they can use it. Honestly, creating such videos sometimes is really a challenge, because you are addressing global community and maybe something basic for someone and it is not basic for someone else. He might know, it is not a good information for them. So what is the way I will be conducting these videos, especially on these workflows or approvals? I will start with very basics. First, I need to consider those who don't know even what are workflows or how these are there, how these are created. So from there onward, we will go into further complexities or details or technical parts. So today I will not discuss or do anything technical, but I will show you how Flows for Apex supports both technical as well as functional business model. You should know business mapping as well. If you don't know about the business processes or businesses, then you can't do technically, and vice versa as well, right? So workflows, approvals, hierarchies, you may have already heard all these terminologies. So let's proceed. Okay, just to share with you, this is not a promotional video that I am promoting any tool or any company or anyone. It's just independent review, sort of knowledge sharing. Sometimes when I do some R&D and I know something which is good, which might give benefit to someone, I always try to share it. Yeah. So then it is up to you. You want to use it, you don't want to use it, up to you. Yeah. It's not mandatory, but at least a starting point. Okay. Oracle workflow. All those who have already worked in Oracle EBS, the e-business suite, they will be aware of Oracle Workflow Builder. This is the workflow builder. You download it separately, then you might customize existing one, or if you want to develop a custom workflow, this is how it was. So if you see here in this, for example, document review, then you integrate inside your application and etc. So from here you will start the workflow, then here it is getting reviewed. Here it is, if it will get approved, then it will go and it will mark it approved and stop, end. On the other side, it might be rejected. So in case of rejected, it will go to document rejected, right? And if it is rejected, I think it might be for another review or something like that. It is going for yes. If it is yes, then again it will be reviewed and it can be approved or etc. And else it will go to no, that means rejected, right? So this is how it was, and Oracle Workflow Builder is there. Maybe a few people are using workflows, but they haven't developed or modified any existing workflow. So, they might have not used it, but as a concept, this tool was or is used for workflow developments in Oracle EBS. Okay, there is another way to define or create approvals in Oracle, that is called OracleAME, Approval Management Engine. This is front end forms based setup, where you will have a responsibility, and that you will set up different rules, and all those things are levels based on SQLs, attributes, like that, conditions. So, if you see here, even in AME, Oracle AME, which you are going to, without using workflow builder, you will be using that AME engine. But if you see here, how many steps you have to do, yeah. So, this is how you can follow these steps, and then you will be able to have the AME in place, yeah. So, this is required, these black with the black filled color, these are mandatory steps and others are optional, right. So, I am just sharing with you how complex or activities were there in the Oracle AME. We are not covering the technical part or defining are going to define any, but this is how it is. Okay, now flows for Apex. Just imagine this, I will say a basic workflow, Oracle Apex, inside Oracle Apex. This is, if you see here, again here it is getting started, then now this is gate, right. So, this will be a true false gate, and it will go here or there, based on different conditions. Then you have these functional areas as well, where you can further improve the layout of your workflow. So, this is a one sort of workflow taken from Oracle Flow for Apex built-in examples or things like that. And this is, I will say, basic in a sense, because next of the same flows for Apex I am going to show it is a bit complex. So, you can the purpose to show this is that you can create such workflows by using flows for Apex, right. Look at this. This is more complex. We will not go into detail what functionality it is doing inside, but at least you will have the idea that flows for Apex can do what for us, yeah. So, if you see here, I believe this is parallel approvals. Yeah, parallel approval means when all these C, D, E will approve, then it will move forward. So, it is just like two keys of your locker in the bank. So, until you will not use two keys, it will not move or it will not unlock the locker. So, here you have three. I believe it was not there in Oracle EBS, parallel approvals. Maybe in some latest version I haven't noticed, but maybe it is there. But in existing 11i or up to 12.1.3, I believe, or 3 or 12.1.x or something like it was not there. Maybe in very latest version somewhere it is there. So, people were requesting, clients were requesting that we should have parallel approval, like for purchase orders or something like that. So, multiple people will approve, then it should go to the next. If one will not approve, it will not move forward. Yeah. So, this is how workflows are or can be created. Okay. Now, I just create one prototype in Oracle Apex, approvals hierarchy. So, this is a very basic form in which I said, okay, let us say for example, this is my document type. This is my workflow name, which will be defined in flows for Apex, that diagram. And I am telling here that, or selecting here that how many levels of approvals are there. and then I am defining the levels here down. If you can see here, you can have different requirements, you can have different logic or way of working, up to you, but that's I am just sharing this is a way to work as well. So, hierarchy level, the first one. So, once creator, let us say for example, here this is creator is submitting one request, then it will first go to his line manager. This is the creator line manager. So, here we once he will submit, it will generate this workflow. So, it will find who is his line manager, right. So, a notification will be sent to his or her line manager, right. Once he or she will approve, then it will go to this employee. I am just showing here employee number. You can show employee number or login name or username or whatever, but this is customized workflow. You know, he can be something in HR or somewhere. So, after department line manager of the user or creator, it is going to this employee, or it can be, you can have here somewhere the position. Let us say for example, manager HR, right. Since it is a job requisition, so it is going to the something like that. So, this you can create the way you want, and if you have more levels, you can add more levels. So, then it will go to the next level, right. Okay, this is how approval hierarchies are defined. Okay, if I take the last approval hierarchy, and if we will run the process, if you see here, this is we are running here PL SQL, where we are sending the notification, and this is, by the way, flows for Apex diagram, just very simple, two levels, level 1 and level 2. I put it these labels, so you can understand very easily. So, here we submitted this request to the approver. So, an email is sent, and on his home page there will be notification as well, which he or she can open and approve or reject, whatever. But here we then, because this is done and it will not wait here, it will go to the gateway. We are saying that wait here, this is manual process, because now they are approving it there, right. So, once in the Apex they will approve, they will move to the next level, means move from here, next, there is a gate. When it is coming to this gate, so here if it is approved, it will go on this side. If rejected, then it will go down, and it will send an email to the creator that your request has been rejected, with the comments for sure. Okay, then with the level 1, this will automatically, when it will come here, it will send the email and it will wait here. Wait here means it has sent email to the user. You can use different logic here or something like that, but this is how I am trying to show you, right. Now, once he or she will approve, this gate will check, because there are variables here, right. There will be variables, then you can check it is approved or not, or rejected. Then based on that, it will select the path. So, if approved, again email for the approval will be sent, because here again there is a PL SQL, we will pass the parameter of approved. So, an approval email will be sent, not the rejected, because here parameter will be for the rejected message, right, and right. If you see here, the last one was even you can show the last lines under your document, that okay, where is your approval now, it will show the approval date and time. But at the same time, under the page, under the document, if this pictorial graphics or diagram is shown, it is very easy to understand where is my request, where is my document, right, in the approvals. So, in this way, okay, I can see here I am waiting at the very first approval level, right. So, it will look nice as well, and it will give some sort of satisfaction to the creator. Okay, this is how a graphical representation is there. Okay, now flows for Apex, the team gave or developed few plugins to manage their this flows for Apex. First one is manage flow instance. In this you will start the process, and all those things you are going to do over here. Start the process means, let me show here. So once it will start here, then you will move here, right? So this you will be able to do using plugins. You don't need to write any code. Oh, sorry. At the same time, now once you will approve, then you will move to the next level, to the next step, right? At the same time, from the using this plugin, see, this is a process plugin. You can use or set instance variables. Instance variable is, let's say for example you want to approve something. So there will be a variable for the gate. So you will assign that. So once it will move to that gate, it will automatically check that variable and it will select that path. And there is a viewer, Apex viewer, to show the diagram or the workflow current status as a region, right? So under the document form below, you can add this viewer and you can select based on your condition that where process is equal to this or diagram name is equal to this. So it will show that the current status, like this one. So it will show this one under your document, whichever you are getting approved, right? Okay, now this was plugins which are ready made for you. Just import and you can use them. By the way, today in this video I am not going to discuss technical part things, how to configure or how to use, what are the their usage. This is to give you at least or bring you at a level that an interest is developed, that yeah, this tool is something of my use. Then in the next we will cover the other part over here, how you will use the PL SQL or how you will use the plugins and things like that. Okay, if you see here, instance. Now, if you are not using the plugins, you can use this PL SQL procedures by passing the parameters. First create, then you will start, which that in other case the plugin will do it. Then in the step, start step, reserve, this complete step, So all these are there. Now, and this is PL SQL, purely PL SQL. Okay. Then if you remember, I had showed you one plugin to set variable. So here this is the PL SQL procedure. If you see here, process ID will be passed to this, and flow process is process ID type, and then and variable name and things like that, right? And at the same time you can get as well what is the current value of any process ID, or there is sub workflows and all those things. So you will be able to get as well as you can set. So PL SQL is if you are comfortable with PL SQL, good enough. Okay, here are few important links. bpmn.org. This is actually the organization who developed it. It's an open source process model, business process model, and who created these flows for Apex. This is a German company. I will share with you the details. Just I'm sharing with you the important links. So there is apex.mt-ag. This is a German company who created it, and here you can find the I believe download, and you can have the documentations and all those things are there, right? If I'm not, both are same, I believe, maybe copy paste. And then we have apex.oracle. You can practice. You can create a free account on apex.oracle.com and enjoy the development. Okay. Now this is the company Mtag. This is a German company who created these flows for Apex. If you see here, they are saying model and run process flows all within Apex. Flows Apex is an open source tool that enables modeling as well as execution of BPMN2 process in Oracle Apex. This is that organization model created version 2 BPMN. You can further explore if you want to, and you can try now. You can download. There is a newsletter, then there are videos, and further if you want to contact the company, you have these two gentlemen whose contacts are provided on their website. If you will visit their website, this information is already there. Niels D. Bridgen and Moritz Klin, if I'm Klin or something like that, yeah, principal consultant. You can contact them, their emails are there, or you can find on their website as well. Okay, this was just high level discussion. So in next video, maybe it will be not only one video, couple of more videos on the same subject. So I will show you, I mean, technical, functional, which function or which feature of the flows for Apex you can use in which way, that it will give you such what kind of benefits. And then I believe it will be very simple and to create a workflow inside Apex, right? Okay, please share your feedback. This is just my short profile, just to share with you. Just to close or summarize, it's low code. I will say even you might not require any code for this setup. Even maybe you don't need to create the way I was showing the approval hierarchy, because that was totally custom hierarchy. Sorry. Because sometimes if you are creating a software which you might sell to the multiple companies, then you have to create in a very dynamic way. If you don't want that, then I believe without any code you can manage. How? Just to summarize. So even in flows for Apex, if you create like the way I created first, it will be line manager. So you will start, you will create workflow for line manager. It will be you will use the plugin. It will go to the them, and then next level. Now it depends how many levels are there, and end, right? That's it. So even you don't need to code anything, yeah. So the another thing is all these links which you might need to download or read or something like that, I will share in the description of the video. Please go through them, try to explore and try to learn something. It is always better to explore something. Although I am not doing sort of to be honest, developments and all those things. I am not an Apex developer or whatever, because I am alhamdulillah at a very senior position. But sometimes I try to explore things which gives you an idea, okay, how things can work. Then you can guide someone or help someone. That's it. It's an R&D. I always like to explore different technologies or different products, or these things. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you learned anything, I'm saying not everything or very much, then at least we achieved something. Because sometimes very minor learning can lead you towards more learning and to become expert, right? Thank you very much, and Allah Hafiz.